For me, March 30th, 2024 officially marks 1 year of being in remission. Please forgive me if my thoughts are all over the place. Even though I do have notes with me, when it comes to things like this, I tend to sort of veer off topic sometimes. But I did want to share with you my experience of being 1 year in remission. So how am I feeling? Physically, I am doing a lot better than I was during treatment. I still have some fatigue here and there. I have a few aches and pains, but overall, I'm doing much better. When it comes to my nails, I am noticing that they are going back to being fragile. Before cancer, my nails were fragile or brittle. And while I was on cancer treatment or chemotherapy, I noticed that my nails actually got really strong. The further out I am from chemotherapy is the more fragile my nails have become. I've noticed that my nails are breaking very easily. It doesn't take much for them to break, and so I'm a little disappointed about that. However, I've decided to keep my nails short. I kind of have to because I do play the violin and the piano, and you do have to keep your nails short for that. So, I mean, at least there's a couple of reasons why I should keep my nails short. The other thing that I wanted to do for my nails is, and I'm still on the path of research for this, I'm looking for nail polish and nail polish remover that doesn't have a lot of harsh chemicals in it. And so if I ever find a brand one day, I will share it, but I'm still doing some research on that. I'm just trying to prevent my nails from breaking all the time. My hair continues to grow. The texture is still different. It hasn't gone back to what it was pre-cancer. But to be honest, I'm just happy that my hair is growing back and it continues to do so. My red blood cells and my white blood cells have been on the struggle for quite some time. So I do have a follow-up appointment and I'm hoping that everything is back to where it's supposed to be. I am now taking vitamin C. Before, I actually wasn't supposed to be taking vitamin C because that interferes with, the supplement vitamin C interferes with the treatment that I was taking. So now that I'm, not doing treatments anymore, they're finished, I have been taking vitamin C, and I'm really hoping that it's been helping to boost my immune system, my white blood cells, and also I've been doing what I can to boost my red blood cells as well. So hopefully when I see my oncologist, everything will be okay. By the way, feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Mentally and emotionally speaking, I would say that I'm doing okay. There are times where I reflect and I think back on what I've been through, and it does bring tears to my eyes. It's something that I never thought I would ever go through. A couple of examples. I've done a few videos talking about parts of my journey through cancer, and I don't mind talking about it. When I was filming some of those videos, I would have to pause and take a break, let the tears out, and then come back and continue filming. And same thing one day when I was filling forms, actually just a couple of days ago, and a section of the forms, it does ask questions about, my diagnosis. So like what date I was diagnosed, what was the name of the diagnosis. There was also, who were my doctors? Where did I get my treatment? What were the treatments? And so I actually had to pause, shed a few tears, cry it out, and come back to filling out the forms because, again, it brought me back to a place it just brought me back to when it all started and when it all happened. So those feelings that I experienced in the beginning came flooding back. I know it's going to happen from time to time. And honestly, I have no problem talking about it, sharing my story and things like that. But there are times where, emotionally speaking, it can get to that point. So when that happens, I just let the emotions run the course and then get back to whatever I was doing. The other thing I wanted to touch on was The fact that I was told that I won't be getting yearly scans. So basically, if I feel that something's off, then that's when I will get a scan or a test done to figure out what's going on. But yeah, it's a little, I don't want to say scary, but I'll use that for lack of a better word. It's a little scary that there's no routine scans that I'll be doing to make sure that everything is okay. It's when I feel, that something's off or there's pain or whatever, that's when I can go in and, we get scans done. So that it could play into, the fear of recurrence. But again, I'm not going to go down that path. And, I'm just doing everything that I can on my part to live a healthy way and to prevent recurrence. Spiritually speaking, I am in a better place than before this whole cancer journey started. I'm going to start off by saying I have never felt the love of God more in my entire life than when I was going through cancer. And I know for some people that sounds strange, but for me, that's what it is. The second thing I wanted to say is God is good. It doesn't matter what happens from this day forward, God is still good, and I will always love God. I think I believe this experience has forced me to ask God some questions, spend time with God, and to really do some serious self-reflection. This experience has definitely opened my eyes, and I've learned so much. I'll get into it in another video, hopefully in the future, God willing. But it's definitely changed my perspective on life. I don't know how to describe it, but I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was telling her that after going through this journey of cancer, everywhere looks the same. Everything is still the same. It looks the same, but yet it's different. And so the best way I can describe it is, now that I've been through all of that, I do look at things from a different perspective. I want to say like a different lens. I don't want to take life for granted. Nobody knows when they're going to be called home. I remember while I was going through chemotherapy treatments, one day I was at home and I was going through YouTube videos. I happened to come across a news channel on YouTube, and they were actually reporting on a young man who was unfortunately drunk, and he was in the subway and he decided he was going to jump the turnstile. Unfortunately, he fell, broke his neck, and passed away. I remember being in my bed and just holding my phone and just kind of staring at my phone because the video had ended, and I thought to myself, it's weird. It's just weird that I'm fighting for my life, and here's a young man who just made a series of bad choices and he's gone. What I'm trying to say is I'm grateful to God that I'm still here. Honestly, God was that one thing that both my mom and I were holding on to during this experience. We could feel the prayers of family and friends and church family. And it's just, in my experience, we've seen God work in ways in which we are so grateful for. So that's part of my experience. It might not be everybody's experience, but that was my experience. There's a lot of things that I learned about cancer that I had no idea of prior to going through it. And I think there's a lot of people that would benefit from that knowledge. So I think I actually have a playlist called the Cancer Series. So what I would like to do is keep it as an ongoing series. That's pretty much where I am at 1 year of being in remission. And I'm going to keep hoping and praying that I will continue to get better from here. Take care, God bless, and I'll catch you in the next one.